Hey, hey! Sorry, that was a mistake. Hey, welcome to Fluid K and
Yeah, B is on the other end of the line.
um
Okay, I'm not on the other end. I'm actually here.
yes, we're finally recording in person.
Yeah.
Did I hug you? I don't
Did
think
we?
so.
No,
so
we
please
didn't.
maintain your social
Yeah,
distance.
social distancing, please.
Yes. So hi, welcome to another episode, and we're so excited to be recording this in person. It's been forever.
Actually,
Thanks to Auntie Rona. Forever Rona. Rhymed. Well, don't be deceived by how elated we sound, because really, with things going on right now, it's a lot. It's really a lot. Boma, what's up?
more man, I'm one for always being excited and keeping the joy and hope alive. But I think it's also okay to some days not be happy and just actually walk through the emotions, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm sad, I'm scared, I'm angry, I'm frustrated, I'm upset, I'm livid. I'm so many things that I can't even put into words. I'm confused, I'm enraged, I'm bewildered. Like, a lot of things don't make sense to me, and it seems to me like there are no answers, and it gets more, I don't know,
Frustrating,
right?
frustrating. I don't know. The first thing that just came to mind was I was on Twitter the other day, and I know someone shared a story about how she was going home one evening in an Uber, and a soldier stops their vehicle, and when she got down, was like, fine girl, say I fit, like, this is not what she used, but paraphrasing, say I fit, it's your work now, nobody go know. And she was just looking at him like she was livid, and she was shaking, and she was so scared, but thankfully he let her go. And when I responded to her tweet, the first thing I said was, it is not even what he said, it's the feeling of powerlessness, it's a feeling of helplessness, it's a feeling of knowing that, oh my god, so this person could have raped me here and there, and I would not be able to do anything about it. It was a soldier. I'm a woman. We were in Nigeria, and everybody now start saying, wait, since you said they find at that time of the night, oh, did you suggest, how were you talking to him, or were you even rude to him? It's upsetting. Like, I'm talking about it, and I'm even angry again. Like, it means she could not help herself. She was, I remember I also said, he could have told the Uber driver to go, or to drive them to one bush, and that one we have no choice but to answer, because he had a gun. At the end of the day, you won't sacrifice your life. It was so upsetting, and I like that people are talking now, and I really hope that having these conversations help. But really,
I think for me, it's more how, my question is, how is rape a reward for anything? How is rape a reply? You say, what was she doing there? Why is rape the reply for what she was doing there? Why is that something that should be done to somebody that was in the wrong place or the wrong time? You say, why was she wearing what she was wearing? Why is rape the reply to what she was wearing was her choice? But the rape, you didn't ask her choice. She doesn't get a say when you're do you understand? Like, you don't even give her you don't give the woman, you don't give the female a choice. I mean, a friend of mine was sharing her story on her status, talking about how she was 8 years old when she got raped, and recently she met this guy again, who happens to be like a family friend or a family member or some nonsense like that. And this guy had the audacity to tell her that it was because that when he asked her to come, she followed him, that she went, and he was at 8. What was she supposed to say? You are her uncle. You say enter that place. What is she supposed to do?
Oh my god.
How are people like this? When did we get here? When did humanity lose what humanity is? How are we better off than the goats that the lion chases in the forest for food? Because this is hunting. I feel like we're being hunted. Because the truth is, there are people who don't have Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, in villages. I'm from the south. I'm from Port Harcourt, River State. Do you know, in my place, they don't call it raping. Kofo. They'll tell you, say, now just none did they happen. Girls don't even know that it is raping. Many of them are pregnant with children left and right. I go to my state and I feel lost. I'm lost in a place that is supposed to harness my identity because I don't understand the inhumanity there.
Mama, I'm struggling to understand. How can you say an 8-year-old?
Yes.
This girl was 1, 2, 3,
Yes.
4, 5,
Yes.
6, 7, 8.
Yes.
At 8, I know I was in primary 4.
Your education was fast.
No, I was fast. At 8, all I knew that I was doing was I was going to school to read my book to pass. I had not seen anything in life at 8. And you're telling me that because you asked me to come and I came. How is that? See, first of all, there is no justification for the animalistic behavior. So it is even more worrisome that you are trying to, tell yourself, because this is just me thinking, I was just trying to, it's a feel-good approach that was terribly wrong. To tell yourself that, now, so there was something that warranted this. Like, how does it make sense? And it's in the little things. It's in the little things. I was so happy about the other day where, okay, so maybe not even necessarily rape, but also sexual harassment.
I think we should even talk about sexual assault generally.
And harassment, yeah.
If you are assaulting me, you are harassing me, Kofo.
That
Like, it's the same, because somebody was trying to defend it on Twitter. Oh, how can you say assault and harassment is the same thing? I say this is the problem. You people are so uneducated, yet you're going to school. You're worse off than the woman selling pepper on the road that can't even speak English. I can relate with her better than you, who went to school, graduated from a university with honors. You're worse off. How can you say, please, sexual assault one side though, rape one side though? You cannot say a man in the market dragging at you is assaulting you. What is wrong with humanity, guys? Like, help me understand it. See, can I just state for me? I guess Kofo is going to state for her the things that are assault. You are chatting with a woman, you begin to tell her how her body is everything to you. You're talking to a woman face on, and you are looking. This experience, I was at a conference. This guy was moping at me. You know how somebody stares at you so much that you begin to shiver where you are? You're not just uncomfortable, you're now frightened because you don't understand what the look is about. And then, because I don't know whether I was angry or irritated, I walked up to the guy and I was like, you're making me uncomfortable. Please stop looking at me. Is there something you want to say to me? Or is there something you want to do? And he said to me, he said, no. And he starts licking his lips.
That is their.
That's their MO. He
MO.
starts licking his lips. Starts trying to do a sexy face that is repulsive as hell. Repulsive as hell. And then he's telling me how he thinks I'm so beautiful. You make me feel uglier than a duckling by doing that. How is that beauty? Who taught these men? Who raised these vagabonds? These miscreants? Who? We need to see. The only reason I'm doing this podcast, I don't want to sound like a whiny person, because we could go on and on for days, for hours talking about this. My own is, please, if you're listening to this, every young woman out there, if you have sons that are still in primary school, secondary school, if you even have sons in universities right now that are not yet married, have not left your house, that you still have control over, please train them better. You are going out with your son, you see him looking a certain way, correct his notion of how he should be. If you have girls and boys living in the same house, separate their rooms. This idea of omodeni, because it's part of it. When children are growing up, you keep saying omodeni, you are allowing a boy. I see some videos on Instagram sometimes. I see a boy that is maybe like 4 years old kissing a girl, and people are putting there's nothing about it. It's not right. It's not okay. Kissing is a sexual act. Let's call it what it is. It's not cute. If you kiss your baby, it's okay. You're kissing a 4-year-old constantly, but you're not explaining the action. These children are now smarter than what we were when we were growing up. They pick on these things very quickly. My niece will be telling me, do you have a boyfriend you're kissing? What do you know about boyfriend? What do you know about kissing? My niece is just 9 years old. She was asking me this 2 years back when she was just 7. So how does she know? You'll be saying they don't know. They know. Please train your boys better. Tell them what rape is. Tell them that they will die. Because as I'm like this, I'm serious. People are busy talking about jail terms. If these criminals knew That's another thing. Look at the kind of law system that we have, the kind of judicial system.
Only 20 as at date shows that only about 20 cases have actually been prosecuted in Nigeria.
Jesus
20 rape
Christ.
cases,
Jesus
which is
Christ.
and so look at
Is that up to
back
1%?
Are you joking?
You're a lawyer now, so I'm
Is,
asking.
one what? It's not even those are reported. One what? See, some cases die at the police station. I'm not joking. So when you come to report and the police and say, next thing the person is asking you, waiting, police is asking you, waiting you where? You said waiting you go do for the house. Tell me, say you know enjoy that thing where the guy do for you. How can you be normal after you're going to someone that's supposed to protect you and is asking you stupid questions? See, the education is, and it's because those ones were not properly educated by their parents. I just, when you talked about the sexual some of like maybe gestures, I remember like some years ago I was in I don't know whether it was an elevator, I was somewhere, and so there was this guy, maybe I think we're in an elevator, so we're just talking. I'm like, oh, so what school do you go to and everything. I was like, oh, I attend Babcock. And Boma, I will never forget till date the way the guy looked at me, from not head to toe, from toe to head, with that their MO licking his tongue, very sexual, and like and he said Babcock, like, you know, the Babcock dragged with his eyes, and I was just standing there so uncomfortable. I'm like, I don't understand, like, now we know your type. I was, and then, the way I'm talking about it, I'm reliving the way I was feeling. I was like, you know, that's how I was. Like, how can you say something like that? Maybe, just maybe, you've had encounters with some set of people, and I'm not going to say, because it's not peculiar to Babcock students, which is a very wrong notion. Maybe you've met some types of girls that, you know, behave in certain kind of ways, but you should not impute such mentality on every person that you meet. How can you meet me for the first time? The way I ran out of the elevator was like, flee, you know, flee, because just imagine, like, how does it make it make sense?
I think what scares me the most is that, Kofo, we're going to have children in this kind of world. I think what scares me the most is that, Kofo, there's no age boundaries for this devilish act of oppression, because I think it's an act of oppression. What scares you so much in your power as a man that makes you demean another human, because it's a demeaning act? You said something very profound now when you were talking. You said you that right now in this moment, this thing happened not 2 years, not 3 years,
so it's almost
about
10 years, almost 7 years. This 2020,
yes, almost
7 years.
7 years ago, and you're reliving it, and your skin still crawls. You remember the feeling. You may not remember the guy's face.
I do.
You even remember the guy's face, and you remember the feeling. Kofo, now explain to me how these people who were pounded on second per second, minute per minute, hour per hour, over and over again, are supposed to forget. How does it leave their skins? Every time they close their eyes, that's what they see. Every time that you turn, somebody touches you, and it's not like you permitted it. Maybe you're at the bus stop and somebody brushes against you, your heart peaks, races again, all over again. You think it's about to happen again. They're about to do it to me again. How do you render somebody's life a life of fear, a life of vulnerability, open to attack at all times? How do you take somebody's peace and choice away? How do you take them away from all that they know to be sacred and safe and secure? I mean, we're talking about a girl being raped by 11 men. 11 men, Kofo. 11 men on a 12-year-old. Kofo. I'm thinking of my 12-year-old self, and I'm imagining an 11-year-old, 12-year-old self with 11 men. Able-bodied men of different ages, different calibers, different types. And we're talking about a girl in a church. So no, we are safe. Girls are raped by fathers. They are being raped by uncles. Teachers are raping them. Neighbors are raping them. Okay, on the road, worker in the office, somebody locked secretary in his office and raped her. Okay, pastor Nko, he's calling them and raping them. He's going to their house to rape them. Kofo, security man, is entering inside his Oga's house and raping Oga's wife and Oga's children. with other security men. They plan. Driver is raping your children that I went to pick from. Kofo, who are we safe from?
See, you know,
where are we safe? Help me.
The funny thing is how even the fact that so they said, I think the statistics, every 3 in 5 girls have been, raped or sexually molested. But I can tell you for free that every 5 in 5 girls are constantly living in the fear of even walking on the street. But it's not perfect. If I am walking on a road today and I'm the only, in fact, I look right, I'm about to enter a bus and I don't see another woman there, I'm not okay, because I don't want to be here alone. I'm walking on the road and it's just a guy innocently passing by me. My heart is racing. I'm already trying to do defense mode. I'm already fidgeting. Oh my god, is he coming? Oh, this person is not safe. Oh, this is me now. I'm walking on the road every time. I'm worried. Oh my god, you're somewhere. It's oh Lord, help us. It is sad. It is, I don't know how to even, there's no better way to say it. There's no better word to put it in, because okay, so let's even talk about the one that you said about going to the market and everything. So you're there and somebody is there. Some people will even hit your breast.
Have they tapped your ass?
They have now. Hit your boobs, hit your ass, and they look at you.
And
no
they insulted you.
Yes. No apologies. There was one time one was sitting I went to the market. And this guy was taunting me, Bomax. From the moment I entered, he was taunting me, he was hitting me, he was touching me in places that I did not like, and I was getting angry, and I kept saying, leave me alone. Leave me alone. This guy did not answer. Leave me alone. So I don't know the one he did. I think maybe he touched my boobs or did something so bad, and I turned to him and I was ready, damn all the consequences. I was ready to punch him because I'd already started taking boxing lessons. And the most annoying part was all the guys that I did not see when he was molesting me, all of them that were looking, all lookers, suddenly sprung up. You won't beat them. Leave them. You be a woman. Leave them. Not do anything. And I'm like, are you guys mad? You saw this guy from the beginning. You saw what he was doing to me, and none of you stood up to my defense. And now that I was ready to retaliate, you're telling me to be the bigger person.
Yourself.
To hell with you and being the bigger person. In that moment, I felt so helpless. I think that was the Nollywood moment. Oh my god. Oh, I wished I had somebody in the police. I wish I had the number, like one connection, so I could just call and allow them beat these guys to my satisfaction. How can you be there pretending? So this is also, we've not even talked about, even apart from the people that do the act. We're talking to the other people.
I want to say something quickly. I served in Bayelsa State, and I remember I redeployed from Bauchi. My dad is from River State, and I remember when I called him to tell him, Daddy. So my dad is really like a G. My dad is a G. So I called him, Papi J. They told us so that my letter came and it's Bayelsa. Kofo, my dad was sad. I thought he was going to be happy. I was close to home. Bayelsa to Port Harcourt is 1 hour. At any point I can just go home, come back. Do my dad told me there? He said, in Pidgin, if for better make you stay for that Bauchi, if for pay me than this Bayelsa where you want to stay. Just know, say, if you dey cross water, you no go do service this year. I was already angry, getting defensive and all of that. And because of school, I didn't really get to grow at home. Only like my older siblings really stayed home, like growing up. Me, I stayed more in the West because of secondary school, boarding house, university again, Bakuka and all of that. And then I now called him back in because he sounded kind of upset. I was like, Boko Haram and all of that. You're not even excited that I escaped. Do you know how many people were crying when we were leaving camp that day that they didn't see their name on the list on the wall for redeployment? I got lucky that I got out, and you're telling me you'd have preferred if I stayed there. When I called him back in the evening and I was like, Daddy, I don't understand this thing you're saying, because of course by the time I got to Bayelsa, they were telling us they don't have space, because Bayelsa is a small state. They don't have space. Anywhere they put us, we should take it that I may cross water, I may not cross water, and all of that. So I was already feeling like, if I really get cross water, that means I'll cut the long story short. I called my dad, and then my dad goes, that if I'm going to live in Bayelsa, I hope I know the standards I'm going to live by. I'm confused. I'm a human being. The standard to live by is to wake up, go and come back. And then my dad starts telling me, after I got my letter, they gave me a school to teach right there in Bayelsa. And then my dad calls me Kofo and starts giving me the rules and regulation of living. Don't stay out late. When you are walking on the road, if they call you CCC, don't eye them, don't insult them, don't look back at them. If you are accosted by a bunch of guys, if it's for stealing, give them what you want to give them. But if they begin to talk to you like they like you, you make jokes with them, you laugh with them, you rapport with them, you do not run, you do not this. At that point, Kofo, I'm already shaking, I'm scared. I mean, there's no going back. I've already collected house, I've gotten letter, everything is set. There's no running. This is it. This is my life for the next 1 year. And guess what, Kofo? I did experience it on the road. Myself and my roommates, when we were coming back. Copper, how far now? Hey, my guys, they're on a day. They did not bomb me well, not to greet. In the night one day, I was coming back. Light went off on the road, Kofo. I have never run the way I ran that night. I was hearing footsteps behind me. I did not look back to see who it was, what it was. I just kept on running. I ran to the point that when I got home, I fell at my gate. It was my landlord that came to pick me up. I just kept running. Till this day, I imagine that they had caught up with me. Or maybe it was more than one person. What if they were a group and they had like a runner, a fast runner? What would I have done? How many races do I know how to run? Do you understand? Maybe I won't even be able to do this podcast because I'll be a victim and I won't be able to talk about the experience. Who knows? Maybe I'll be damaged goods. Maybe right now I will also be in the category of I can't get married. I don't want to give birth. Who knows? The damage that should have done to me. Nobody. God saved me that day, but that was the life I lived for 1 year, Kofo. Every time that a guy said hi to me, I was not allowed to say no. My choice was stripped off of me because if you say no, they can gang up. You understand? To come and show you that how dare you, who do you think you are? And people went through it. There were couples that got raped because they said, are you mad? Who are you you know, that kind of Lagos like, are you okay? Who are you talking to? They ganged up, went to their houses, raped them, beat some of them. Is this the life that we have been called to? A life where I don't even get the choice. I must accommodate a rapist in hopes that he does not rape me. Because that's basically what it is. Mm-hmm. I must accommodate a molester in hopes that all he does is touches me but doesn't have sex with me. So I'm compromising. You can have my body. You can touch me, yes. But please don't get down. Really?
Let me shock you. It's not even only in Bayelsa. So as you mentioned, I just remembered where I stay here in Lagos. You know, somewhere in Lagos, an interesting part of Lagos where I stay alone. Yeah. Do you know that because of this issue too of, you know, because the fear.
Oh yeah, sorry, please, I'm not saying it's only by yourself. I'm just saying my own experience because of where I stay. It happens everywhere. So, every single way.
Every time. So because in the nights, all those Agbe roads, they're always outside.
Lagos here,
Lagos here. Hey, so when I'm coming out in the night, auntie, Oma, I started greeting everybody. As I sit there, Kaleo, how was your day? Hey, uncle. They call me, they know, I'm coming from work now, looking all corporate. But I allow them to say, this one are just facade. Now real me day inside. So I don't speak English. I'm like, hey, Kaleo, hey, everybody. If I see somebody in every footstep, good evening, how are you? As I'm greeting them, I'm praying under my breath, Oluwajo, God, please, God. So I make friends, people that on a normal day you shouldn't be friends with,
Yes, quote and unquote.
Hey, how are you? Momo. So one day I even came late. They're like, no, let her go. I know her. Everybody, the one that is selling Ogogoro, the one that is doing everything, even the one that said Ogogoro telling me what time he likes me, I don't allow it. I feel, that is good. I have somebody say, like, I have some, just so that, I greet him in such a way that I make him feel like important. Like,
Hi.
Because Jesus. That's what we can, that's how I come to say,
that's how you can stay safe.
So that I just thinking, God forbid this tomorrow, something happens, somebody there can,
defend you
by the grace of God, talk on my behalf. It is so upsetting that we have to live in this constant fear, Oma. It is so